Greetings and salutations. Welcome to Tanisha's Reading Corner podcast. I am your host, Tanisha. Tanisha's Reading podcast is dedicated to anyone who desires to make reading a daily habit as a form of self-care. To stay updated when a new podcast is uploaded, please subscribe to the channel. In addition, you can find me on Instagram at Tanisha's Reading Corner for many book recommendations and tips and tricks on how to keep reading a daily habit. Let's dive into today's episode. Well, starting this off, happy Monday, happy book readers, lovers of all books. That was weird. But okay, yes, so welcome back to another Monday and another book reading challenge for the week. I hope last week's book challenge wasn't too hard, just getting a reading planner. Then on Friday, the goal was to write at least one entry in that reading journal. So this week's book challenge is going to be a little different. So this week's book challenge is read a book of a different genre than what you're used to. Hear me out. Most people tend to read within the same genres: romance, mystery, thriller, etc., etc. Like for me, I'm a romance kind of person. I'm cheesy like that. So pick another book genre, like horror or thriller. Like I'm actually going to read a murder mystery this week. And finish that book and write about it in your reading journal. That is a challenge for this week. Here's the reason why I want you to do this challenge. You know, oftentimes you can kind of get stuck in a rut when it comes to any habit, especially with reading. So if you continue to read the same genre over and over and over again, even though it's one that you love, you might get sick of it. So maybe it's time to dibble and dabble and try different things. You never know, you might actually like it. In the car. And on that note, I thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of Tanisha's Reading Corner podcast. Thank you for coming back. And this season, we're going to dive more into some audiobooks, but also into biographies, autobiographies. This season, also we're talking more about tips and tricks, as always, keeping reading a daily habit. So stay tuned on Mondays for the weekly book challenge, and then on Wednesdays for your Deep and Dive podcast episode. So again, thank you. Please, if you love this episode, share with family and friends. Please rate wherever you get your podcast, on Spotify, Apple Music, or whatever your podcast. And follow at Tanisha'sReadingCorner.com, which is the website, and also on Instagram at Tanisha's Reading Corner. And wishing you all good wellness and good reading. Have a good day.